Hey guys,
Hey.
we're back with just another random video. It's called Unpopular Opinions. We hear people talk about random things, and we always amongst ourselves talk about them. So we figure why not make a video about some of the things we hear.
Yeah, guys, welcome to our channel.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get this video started.
Hi, I'm Brandon.
I'm Shanae. And so yeah, we're gonna do unpopular opinions and then give our opinions.
Yep.
So let's see how this goes.
Mm-hmm. All right, so it is better to be hot than cold. I am a firm believer in that because I don't like to be cold.
I don't agree.
Why don't you agree? You like to be outside shivering and teeth chattering together and stuff?
This is the thing, okay?
Nope,
Being
don't
hot
say it. Nope.
is torture. There's nothing you can do. Like, you're just hot. But being cold, you can get a blanket, you can get a sweater, a coat, you can get a hat, gloves. You can like get cozy and warm yourself up. But when you're hot, oh,
No,
it's
that's
torture.
when you stay in the house. Stay in the house.
Okay, what if it's hot in the house?
What if it's cold in your house?
Exactly. So what do you do? Like when it's hot in the house, there's nothing you can do.
All
Like,
you do is you constantly take off clothes and you start flopping around on the bed like a little fish.
Exactly. He's proving my point.
Until you pass out and then you're good.
No.
But you cold, you sit there and teeth chattering, you wet with a blanket.
Warm.
You go in hypothermia, your fingers is
Our house
on.
has 2 fireplaces. I would much rather it be cold than to be hot. What do you guys think? Comment below.
Yeah.
All right. The next unpopular opinion: pineapple belongs on pizza.
I agree.
I agree with this too.
Mm-hmm.
I used to didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be like, I guess whenever he wanted to order it, but it's like, actually, when you get that ham, or what's it called, Canadian bacon?
Yep, the Hawaiian style.
Yes, when you get that and you get that pineapple with that cheese and tomato sauce, it's bomb.
Yep.
So I agree with this.
All right, the next one.
I could go for pizza right now.
Go for pizza.
I wish.
You gotta stay strong. All right, sugar goes on spaghetti.
On or in?
Either way,
because I ain't putting no sugar on top of my spaghetti.
Either way, I don't do it. I make my own stuff, and I've never put sugar on spaghetti. I didn't even know that was a thing, and I started seeing people talk about it, and I'm like, really? People talking about sugar and spaghetti? That don't even sound right.
I agree. Every time I make spaghetti, you get all that acid from that tomato sauce and all that stuff. Like about a teaspoon of sugar just makes it not as acidic, and it makes it just taste a lot better. And he says he doesn't agree, but he has eaten spaghetti that I've cooked several times, and he's like, this is good. So he agrees.
That sounds like an old great.
He might not do it when he makes spaghetti,
great grandparent
but
recipe.
The spaghetti that I make, and I always put sugar.
I stood over you before watching you. Like, what you doing?
You missed it because I do every time.
I think the package you think it said Morton salt on it. You put some salt in there. Because,
no way.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yeah, sugar don't go on spaghetti.
Sugar goes in spaghetti when you're cooking it. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend putting it on top.
On, in, whatever.
All right. Why make your bed when you're just going to get back in? Okay, if I'm like getting up and I'm going to do something and I know that I'm coming right back to bed, no, I wouldn't make it up. But if I get out of the bed for the day, yes, I'm not just going to leave the bed not made. Like some people I know, the kids.
I'm going to say, I make up my side while you still in. I
wrap
you up in it, like move
my kids, they don't agree with this statement. Like, we had to tell them, look, you need to make your bed when you get out of it. But yeah, I think you should make your bed. I think that it looks nice. If you need to go in there and maybe you need to sit something on the bed, it ain't gonna be lost in your cover because it's all everywhere.
Yep.
I think it's good. I think you should make your bed.
Yep. All right. This is one of my favorite. 90s music is the best musical era. I agree. I think '90s music.
It's about R&B. Yeah.
Yeah. '90s R&B. I could just start naming off some people. Lauryn Hill. Mm-hmm. Like Miss Hill.
Yeah, we've seen her. She's awesome.
Keith Sweats. Even the Drew Hills. I guess the earlier
Brandy Monica.
Yeah, Brandy Monica.
Cisco.
Yep. All those folks. That's where it was at. I can listen to that. The kids always look at me like, why are you listening to this old music? Now I understand what my parents were saying. When my parents played music, and I always was wondering why they always playing Luther Vandross.
The same old
and
song.
Yeah, they always play the same people. Never everything they in a Cadillac, they got it bumping at the stoplight. Now I understand. I'm sorry for making fun of y'all. I understand. I like my music too.
Yeah, we do that 90s music playlist, like on road trips, or if we're here, we got people over for, a get together. That's what we put on. So I would say I would agree with that. As far as R&B, as far as other genres, I really don't know who has the best.
Yeah, I wouldn't know every genre, but like for '90s R&B, for me personally, yeah. All right, so I've seen this pop up before a few times, whatever. Sex scenes in movies and TV shows. Is it a waste of a scene? Is it a waste of time? Is it necessary? My opinion is it's a waste. I don't care about none of that. I get the point. Okay, they're making out, they're ready to have sex. Okay, that it is what it is. Let's keep the movie rolling. You never know. My kid walks through the room, whatever, because they always need something. Now I gotta explain why that person's doing that to that person. Like, what they doing over there? I don't want to have that conversation, at least this early.
The old shows when they would cut to like fireworks and flowers growing, like that was way back.
Yeah.
Can we get back to doing that? Because like it got the point across, and we didn't have to sit through this. They would like come together and look at each other's eyes, and then it's like fireworks and bees, and maybe that's where the birds and the bees came from.
Maybe so. Because in all jokes aside, if that's something that you're into, you want to see, no judgment. I don't care. Just do as you. They have other movies, and they have websites and stuff for that. You can go there. You can just watch all you want. Don't need to be in movies.
Yeah, I agree. Don't need to be in TV shows, definitely.
Yeah, especially regular TV now. I remember at a time they didn't cuss.
It's
certain
bad.
things. Now it's just like everything. Everything is just, I don't know, just.
It's too much.
It is too much.
All right. So the next one says, tomato, is it a fruit or a vegetable? But I mean, we know it's a fruit, but it acts like a vegetable. I think tomatoes identify as a vegetable.
Yeah, it must identify as a vegetable. But it's a fruit, and it's a fruit. Fruit does not go on hamburgers, which means that hamburgers do not need to have tomatoes on them.
I personally don't put tomatoes on. I don't
either,
put very much anything on my hamburgers. I
Tomatoes
put
are
lettuce.
nasty. They're soggy. It just messes up the whole thing. It gives it a weird taste.
Yeah.
Everything about tomatoes.
Every time he orders stuff like burgers, he always has to say no tomatoes. I mean, if there's a tomato on it, it ain't gonna be the worst thing ever. But I don't like when it's like mushy. And a lot of times, like, they're not like freshly cut tomatoes, which to me is way different than like a mushy tomato. I don't want anything mushy, so I always say no tomatoes, no pickles, no onions. I take the condiments and lettuce and cheese.
The
on my
pickles
burgers.
give it that crisp, that crunch.
Yeah, I don't need that.
So
I like pickles, but I don't like them for.
Yeah. All right. So here's another one. Cinnamon rolls. Do cinnamon rolls go together with chili? No. Cinnamon rolls and chili, that is two separate meals. That is no. I don't agree with that. Cinnamon rolls and chili, keep them separated. Divorce them. Whatever you need to do.
That is definitely a Midwest thing. I don't know if a lot of other people do that, but it's definitely something that's in Midwest where people will have on the same, plate or on top, they would have a cinnamon roll and then chili. My mom never made cinnamon rolls when she cooked chili, but at school, whenever they gave us chili, they always gave us a cinnamon roll on the side. And I was like, oh, cool. And I didn't realize that it was like something that people like did at
Was
home.
that the Acapulco pie or something? Is that what it was?
Do they have a cinnamon roll with that?
I don't know. See all this time when I seen that, I thought that was just meal dessert. Because cinnamon roll has always been something like something sweet, so I thought it was like a dessert. And
but they only gave it when we had chili.
I've heard people say that, oh yeah, it goes with this, whatever. You know, I'm thinking like, so that you put it goes together. You like you sopping it up or something like.
They do.
I don't know.
I never did. And until I became an adult, then I realized like that people really like they could not have chili without a cinnamon roll with it. And I'm like, so like they eat the chili and then they eat the cinnamon roll like together. Like I said, like you said, I thought it was dessert too, and I'm like, oh cool, I got a cinnamon roll. This ain't
no cracker. Like, you know, I know people put crackers in their chili, but
yeah. What do you guys, or cornbread or something? What do you guys think? Do you think cinnamon roll and chili go together, or have you never heard of it? Comment down below.
All right. Tuna casserole. My unpopular opinion is it's an abomination. Tuna casserole. Comment if you either had it, eat it, think it's a good idea. I don't even have much to say about it because tuna casserole is disgusting.
All right, he clearly does not like tuna casserole. I do. I like tuna casserole.
Do you put sugar in it? Is that a secret or something?
Honestly, I've never made it, but my mom used to make it, and it'd be good. Like we would top it off with like the plain Lay's, to give it that crunch. Some people would do crackers or breadcrumbs, Lay's. But comment below if you eat tuna casserole.
Going back to tomatoes, I hate tomatoes. Tomatoes are disgusting. However, I love me some ketchup. What about you? What do you think about?
I don't hate tomatoes. I like tomatoes. I like them in my salad. I like them in certain dishes. Ketchup, I eat ketchup. I don't eat them with McDonald's fries though. No, never. McDonald's fries are good by themselves.
Yeah, if you're not eating real food, why would you put real ketchup on fake food? So
I love McDonald's fries.
All right. Next one is, not everybody at the church can sing. People in the pulpit or in the choir, solo. The music, you know, you getting it? Yeah, but when you start really thinking about it, you hit that replay the next day or so, you're like, man, they were so off key. Sometimes you hear people off key and you can tell, but I mean, in church, everybody can sing. So we'll go with everybody can sing, but not everybody can't really sing in church.
They can't sing.
No, yeah.
I would say that a live, like you're in the church hearing it, sounds different than on live stream. Now, I don't know if anyone else will agree, but the sound quality is for you to be there, in person with those speakers. Once you start streaming it, and it don't translate very well for singing, and I hate that because, you know, a lot of people are still, you know, not going to church. They can't, they're sick or whatever, and you can't, you know, and the girl sounds off key to you on live stream, but in person she sounds great, you know. So I would say that if you still are home and you have to live stream your church, if your church isn't open or whatever, keep that in mind. Don't be going around saying, Sister so-and-so sounded horrible today, because she probably didn't. You know,
yeah,
she probably did not in person sound horrible.
Yeah, and what you can do, a fix to that, is when they start playing that song, just turn them down a little bit. You sing louder than they are or whatever, and you would never hear them. So there you go.
Yeah, and like I know some churches like that do a lot of streaming, they don't have background singers, because that's where sometimes it can get distorted. They have like the background singers' mics turned down really low, so that person that is up front, that you can hear them more. Because when you try to put the chords and stuff together, that's where you get that disconnect for like when you're on live stream.
Yeah.
But that's not fair to the people that are singing, to turn their mics pretty much off.
I know, that's what
they did that to you?
Yeah. You know, so I'm not even like throwing shade at people that at the church that can't sing, because I'm one of the people that can't sing. I know I can't sing, but you know, they turned my mic and stuff down, you know. So yeah.
Oh.
Yep, I had my solo that one Sunday, and I would, you know, start singing with her. I had the little rock going, and then I was tapping my mic, and then you hear the choir's all loud, and then the music's playing. I'm like,
maybe you just couldn't hear yourself. Maybe everybody else could hear you.
It's funny, the person right next to me, his mic was just blaring. Y'all started, and it was on, and then it was no more. But anywho.
All right, the next one, Harry Potter versus Twilight. Is Harry Potter better than Twilight? Is Twilight better than Harry Potter? I don't know what these two have to do with each other. They're completely different, but I do not like Twilight, and I love Harry Potter.
The series. This is about the series. Would you rather watch the series of Harry Potter, or would you rather watch the one of Twilight?
Harry Potter. Hands down.
I'll do Harry Potter. I mean, Harry Potter has a lot more books and movies since they spread the movies out a little more. But so Twilight, I always heard people talk about Twilight, whatever, and I was like, I'm not. You know what? Then I was like, you know what? One day I was bored and I watched it years ago, and I was like, you know what? I kind of get it. It ain't to Harry Potter, to my standard for Harry Potter, like I said, but I see it's not as horrible as I thought. Like the stories I've heard about, I was like, oh man, it's horrible. But I mean, some of the storyline, the acting, but I mean, it was cool for what it was, but it wasn't all that.
Hands down, did not like it. I watched a couple. I know I didn't make it to the end watching those movies, but it just was far fetched. It was almost silly.
It's all far-fetched.
No, I mean, like, okay, for example, the girl moves to the new town or whatever, and, oh, you must be Bella. That's Bella. Oh my God, it's like, who cares? It's a new kid. Who cares?
It's a small town where everybody knows your name, so they knew that was Bella because she was a familiar face.
As far as the heartthrobs, neither one of those were remotely attractive, and to me, judging Bella, I didn't see it. Why is she so popular? She just looked like a basic person. Like, it was nothing spectacular about her. I don't get it. And the whole vampire, like, there's some really good vampire movies and stuff out there, but that ain't it. That ain't it. I did not like it. And Harry Potter, I am currently reading the Harry Potter books, and I'm on the last book. I've seen a couple of the movies, not all of them, but I mean, if the movies are anything like the books, I'm sure they're amazing. And as soon as I finish the book, I'm going to start watching the movies, and then I'll be able to see the rest of the movies I haven't seen. So, I love Harry Potter. Harry Potter is amazing.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Yes, it is. Every Christmas, I gotta watch Die Hard. At least the first one. At least the very first one. What do you think?
I mean, I've seen you watch it, but I never really paid attention to it. Is it Christmas time or something?
It's Christmas. It's a snowy. It's a Santa Claus. I mean, yeah.
It might be a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie. People saying, yeah, it's a Christmas movie. I don't care.
Because it's Christmas time in the movie?
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I've heard that before. I've heard other people say that, so I'll go with it. Like I said, I never paid attention to it, so I can't really speak on it too much. All right, so Ferris wheels are scarier than roller coasters. I hate Ferris wheels. We rode a Ferris wheel.
That's where I realized that Ferris wheels are more scary than roller coasters. You
moving.
Yeah,
those Ferris wheels, they'll stop you at the very top.
But then that's that rock.
And ain't nothing you can do about it.
That rock where then that person that's a little heavier than most gets off, you can feel the thing shaking, and it's like, oh Lord, what's going on?
I knew that I didn't like Ferris wheels, but my kids wanted to get on. You know, each one of us rode with one of our kids, and the whole time I'm like, don't shake it, you know, and I was like, I don't like this. And then when he got off, he was saying the same thing. And some of those Ferris wheels are high. Like, then you got the ones where it's like in capsule. Yeah. I don't think those are as bad. Yeah. But when you just sitting there and like the top is open and you like, nope.
Yeah, so what really started me think about Ferris wheels being scary is Eddie Murphy and Beverly Hills Cop. He up here jumping up and saving people and stuff. And people,
I love that movie.
Good. Yeah, actually. Yeah. That was some good movies, by the way. So, all right. Vegetables do not belong in mac and cheese. If this is the case, it makes it a casserole. No. Mac and cheese is that's just what that is. Mac and cheese. You don't,
Mac and cheese.
yeah, you don't put no broccoli, no carrots, peas, onion. You don't put none of that stuff in there. If you're doing that, that's fine. If you do that, don't bring it to me. But you do that,
Yeah,
you
get
know,
you some seasonings.
Yeah, that makes it a casserole.
You don't need to put no vegetables. I totally agree. I don't want that. Like if I'm in a mood for a casserole and it look like mac and cheese and it got meat and chicken and stuff, okay. But if I say I want some mac and cheese, it's a side dish. It's not the main course. It's a side dish with sometimes it's the main course because I love mac and cheese. But what I'm saying is I don't want nothing extra in it.
Yeah, if you make a casserole, make it you get to be distinguished. Make the little spiral noodles and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Make it stand out. But yeah, your vegetables don't go with mac and cheese.
Yeah, I love mac and cheese. I could go for some of that right now.
Next one. I actually like trailers before a movie starts at the movie theater.
At the movie theater?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At home, I'm skipping through everything. But at the movie theater, as I was a kid, I usually didn't. But now I got older, I'm like, you know what? What's coming out? Certain movies, especially when all the new Marvel movies start really coming out, as it start to be a thing. I like seeing what's to come and what to plan for, and to hope for in the future. So I do like the trailers.
Except that one time, we took the kids to see some cartoon. And he was like, "Oh, I got to get in there to see the trailers." He was all rushing us, and we get in there like every trailer was just another cartoon.
Yeah,
he was like,
"Oh, never ending." I didn't even want to see the movie because I don't remember what movie it was. I didn't want to see the movie, but it was like I was like, "Oh, the best part is the trailer." I want to get there, and I was very disappointed
because he don't really do the cartoons. But we did take the kids, and he thought that the trailers would be like for movies and other stuff. It was all cartoons.
The sacrifices you do for your children.
I don't want to see any of this stuff.
Nope.
All right.
Yeah, you know why I don't want to see none of them? Because now it put thoughts in the kids' minds. Now they think we have to come back and watch more movies. I'm like, no. That ain't what we about to do. So.
And they remember everything when it comes to stuff like that.
Except for what we tell them. Don't remember nothing we tell them.
Yeah.
Like, make your bed.
They actually make their beds today.
Yeah, I seen. Yeah,
all right.
What you want to call it.
So this one says pancakes should be served on a separate plate. So I guess like separate from like the eggs and the bacon and whatever else you got.
I cannot stand when syrup touches eggs, scrambled eggs, fried, whatever kind of eggs. I don't like that. It touches the sausage or the bacon. No. So my pancakes need to be on a separate plate because I don't like any of that touching itself because that's, I don't know, syrup and that stuff just don't mix, to me don't mix well. And I had a bad experience with an omelet back in my day where omelets mixed with syrup, and it wasn't like it actually touched it, and it was intentional. Like they put omelet on my plate and they poured the syrup on there and like eat this, and then getting down in trouble when I didn't want to eat it because
you know what?
So that's where that comes from.
Let's talk about that too. Don't furnish other people's food. Like you said that they put the syrup on your food. Like, how do you know I want that on my food? Like, it should be my choice what I put on my food. Like, my mom would order a pizza.
Yeah, I think he's going there with that.
And she would put the Parmesan shredded or grated Parmesan on the whole pizza. And I don't like that. And I'm just like, can you just take your piece of, I'm not a fan. I don't try not to do my kids like that. If I give them chicken nuggets, what do you want with it? And one of them might want barbecue sauce, one of them might want ranch. I'm not going to say, oh no, y'all got to eat ketchup, because it's like, that's not my decision. Yeah, like, why they putting syrup on your omelet? But yeah, no, I never grew up putting pancakes on a separate plate. They was all, actually, I was a picky eater. I only ate the pancakes. I didn't really mess with nothing else. But at restaurants, do they separate? Yeah, if the pancakes are big, they'll bring them out on a separate plate. But when I
never seen them put them
start dating, yeah, I don't think restaurants do. But when I started dating Brandon, he would cook me breakfast and he would give me the pancakes separate. And I'm just like, what is this? I don't mind if my breakfast meat gets in the syrup. It tastes good, the sausage or the bacon.
If my stuff is on one plate, I can't eat my pancakes till my food is gone. Then I have to put the syrup on there. So that's why I separate. You might want to dibble here and dab over here.
Yeah.
I only be sopping up
and
the syrup with my
thing,
eggs.
That brought another point. So when you have a meal that goes together, everything goes together. Unpopular opinion on the fly here. I can't stand when somebody eats all their mashed potatoes. Eat all the mashed potatoes. Then they eat their chicken. And then they eat their corn. Like, no, like these bites go together. Why are we separate? Like, I don't like my food to touch on the plate. Another unpopular opinion. But like, I can appreciate like some corn and some mashed potatoes. Like, it tastes good together.
Yeah, I don't mind certain things touching because one year for Thanksgiving, my macaroni and cheese accidentally touched my giblet gravy. Giblet gravy?
Giblets.
My gravy with the that was on with the dressing, and I tasted it. I'm like, oh, whatever, because I don't like wasting food still. So I tasted it, and after that, my eyes was open. I'm like, what? That's not too bad. I don't do it every time. Every so often, mix it up, get some mac and cheese, get a little bit of giblet gravy.
Giblets.
I didn't learn how to make that, but anyway, gravy.
Didn't you make that though?
Did I? Oh yeah, I did make it. I made it for Thanksgiving the year 2 years ago.
So what's that on social media where they say the yams or the sweet potatoes when they touch the mac and cheese?
Oh, that is good too. Yeah,
My food don't touch
that cinnamon goodness. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know my food. I got if I have like cake and ice cream, it's like cake and ice cream. It's not like I don't put the ice cream on top of the cake. I don't know. Like, I'll eat it together. Like, I'll take some of this and some of that.
Yeah.
But I don't want
dab.
to
You gotta stop some of the stuff up. But yeah.
I don't know.
Put your own portion together.
Yeah.
Licking your fingers to handle paperwork is the most disgusting habit that isn't called out. I remember when I was in college, a teacher was handing out paperwork, and every time she came around, she always got lick. And I thought that was just weird, and like, what are you licking your fingers for, whatever, And people always tell them to separate the paper. I'm like, what's wrong? I mean, unless my hands, I guess, is extra sweaty or wet all the time, I can separate the paper just fine. Why do we gotta lick your fingers and then hand stuff out? That can't fly now today because with the whole pandemic, that won't fly.
Yeah, hopefully that was people learn how to do without that with the mask on. So I was at the store, and of course I had my mask on, and I was trying to get the plastic to put my potatoes in, and I did like to lick my finger, but I had the mask.
See, that's a shield. These masks came years ago.
But I had the mask on, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, I hope nobody saw that, But I was like stuck because my hands are dry, and so yeah, I don't do the paper. Like, I'm okay. Like, I can pass out papers without licking my fingers. But at that point, I was like really struggling to get the plastic bag. No, I was trying to get the plastic bag open, is what it was, and I was struggling.
Yeah, I was at the store yesterday and I was doing that, but I didn't do any of that. I just rubbed them together to eventually open up. So, all right, guys. Well, that's it for this video. It's just something different. A few things I've seen come across the internet. I figured, why not make a video about it? So, let us know what you think. Do you have any other unpopular opinions that you could think of that bothers you or that people don't agree with?
Yeah, we would love to hear them.
Yep, definitely. All right, so like, share, subscribe, word of mouth, pass it along, let everybody know about the BS station, because we out here. And until next time, bye.